Song of the Day. Today's Song of the Day is a tribute to a great American Indian who fought for his country in World War II, Ira Hayes. Ira Hayes was a Pima Indian, and the Pimas were farmers who lived in the Pima Valley, and the river that flowed through the Pima Valley was where they used the water to irrigate their crops. In the late 19th century, settlers moving west settled in Arizona and dammed and diverted the river to supply water to their new land that they had developed. The Pima's crops died and the Indians slowly starved with no water to supply crops to feed themselves. The U.S. government gave them rations of sugar, white flour, and lard, which was hardly enough to survive on. And the little bit of crops they could grow with the arid climate and little rain in Arizona is all they had. My heart always goes out to the American Indian. It's a people of injustice. Injustice has reigned upon them since we've known of American Indians. They have no spokesman in Washington to speak for them. Nothing is done to help the American Indian. There still are Indians live on reservations, and it's a part of society that I'm just not proud of. I'm not proud of the way the U.S. government has handled it. But this song is dedicated to three girls that I worked with and really love a lot. It's all three of American Indian descent. This song is for Stacy, Sally, and Sarah, and her other sisters who I don't know as well as these three, but American Indians who I have a lot of love for. It's the Ballad of Ira Hayes, recorded by Johnny Cash, and I'm doing it for these people, my friends. Gather round me, people, there's a story I will tell about a brave young Indian you should remember well. From the land of the Pima Indian, a proud and noble band who farmed the Phoenix Valley in Arizona land. Through the ditches for 1,000 years, water grew Ira's people's crops till the white man stole the water rights and the sparkling water stopped. Now Ira's folks were hungry. Their land grew crops of weeds, but when war came, Ira volunteered, and he forgot the white man's greed. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, he won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey-drinking Indian, nor the Marine that went to war. As they battled up Iwo Jima Hill, 250 men, only 27 lived to fight back down again. And when the fight was over and Old Glory raised, among the men who held it high was an Indian named Ira Hayes. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, he won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey-drinking Indian, nor the Marine that went to war. Ira Hayes returned a hero, celebrated throughout the land. He was wined and speeched and honored. Everybody shook his hand, but he was just a Pima Indian. No farm, no home, no chance. And back home nobody cared what Ira had done, and seldom did the Indians dance. Ira started drinking hard. Jail was often his home. They let him raise the flag and lower it like you throw a dog a bone. He died drunk, alone early one morning in a land he'd fought to save. 2 inches of water in a lonely ditch was a grave for Ira Hayes. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, he won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey-drinking Indian, or the Marine that went to war. Yeah, I call him drunken Ira Hayes, but his land it's just as dry, and his ghost is lying thirsty in the ditch where Ira died. When Johnny recorded that song, the ditches were dry in the Pima Valley. But in September of 2008, the U.S. government diverted water back through the Pima Valley. It's too little and too late, but at least the future Pima Indians have some chance for their families who still reside in the Pima Valley. This one is for you, Stacy, Sally, and Sarah. Love you guys.